The WNBA Dallas Wings made history, but there is a reason why. And it's not because they became the first team in WNBA history to have 7 players score in double digits. It's also not because September 19th, 2023 earmarked the first time the Wings have advanced to the semifinals since arriving in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. It's not because of either of those things. And listen, by the end of this video, I am going to reveal 2 very distinct reasons why the Dallas Wings made history, which I know, I hear you. And you're like, what's so historic about a team going to the semifinals? Plenty of teams go to the semifinals. Well, I'm glad you asked, and I plan to break it down line by line, reason upon reason. Let's get it.
Listen, ShySpeaks, 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 ShySpeaks.
I'm gonna do this thing in this video. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you and have you waiting around trying to figure out what are those 2 things. Listen, the 2 things that happen, it is, in my opinion, momentum and representation. Momentum and representation are the 2 reasons why the Dallas Wings made history. And I'm going to actually tell you why I say that. So if you want to know what I mean when I say representation and momentum, let me get into it. I got some notes here that I want to read. I'm going to rattle off a couple of things that help contribute to this monumental moment that we know that the Dallas Wings just embarked upon. Number 1, the back office. Number 2, the internal inner workings of the team. 3, external factors contributed to it. So let's get into it. So when we talk about the back office, the community efforts were created by the back office community teams to support local businesses that strengthen the community. And as a result, they are reaping the benefits of those local businesses turning back around and cheering them on and rooting for them. I know one person in particular who became a fan from this. And here's what I mean. If anybody knows about the WNBA and what the girls stand for, they really kind of lean into their social issues that are near and dear to their own hearts. And so they said, let's not wait for an issue. We live in the DFW area. We play in Arlington. Let's support local businesses in Arlington. Pretty clear effort. Well, when they did that, they went out, kind of touched bases in the community. And as a result, people or business owners who were not previously watching or tuned in or may not have been tuned in became aware of the team's heart and started coming to the games and cheering for them. One of my friends who owns a company called Couple Vibes in Arlington, Texas, says that the Wings spotlighted her business. And as a result, she went to a game and she found herself watching the games on TV. And man, she even found herself listening to this song that, and we're going to talk about that here in a minute, because the song is it kind of, yeah. But ultimately, they created some effort there from the back office. Also, they created a marketing campaign around the city to help inform people about when their games are happening. A lot of times, people don't even know that a thing exists. Well, the Wings are like, hey, if you don't know that we exist, we're going to let you know, hey, we have a game this Friday, got a game this Tuesday, got a game this Friday, got a game this Thursday, got a game this Sunday. And so that was an effort there. I'm going to keep it going. The inner workers of the team now. It's not just all back office. The team, listen, Wings made some big moves in the drafts, so that's one thing. But it's not even that. That affects probably next year. But this current year's team was like, hey, look, we're going to actually focus on individual development so that we can strengthen and grow the team. You know that because you saw Arike O breaking 3-point records. You know that because you saw Satai Sabali going from being drafted number 2 in 2020. And then for some people who were saying she was kind of underperforming for the hype that was made around her, in 2023, she became the most improved player this year. Started dropping double digits, going crazy. You know that because Tiara McCowan and Natasha, who, you know, they both play big positions Or I say Natasha played big, in my opinion. You don't know who Natasha is, you need to watch a game. But ultimately, they started having breakout games and really playing strong team roles. Then the team went on a winning streak. At one point, they'd won, I think they were like 5 games straight, and then people were interviewing them, asking how it felt. They were like, this feels great. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. That's what momentum, keep the momentum going. And here's the other thing, because everybody was working on themselves individually for the sake of the whole and also trying to keep the winning streak going, when people came out to the games, they were like, oh, these girls are hooping. Okay, like, oh my goodness, this is a good game. Like, it's almost like it far exceeded your expectation. Like, oh, I've been hearing more about the games. They've been telling about the teams. Okay, I'm gonna go check it out. When you get there, it's like, this is nice. That's how you deliver. Then we got to move on to the external. Yeah. Now, this is the part where representation comes in, right? Because all of that is momentum on the team level, from the back office and the inner workers of the team. But then the externals, right? In my opinion, brands start embracing the influence of that women athletes have. That it's something that they've started doing. We saw that with the NCAA Women's Final Four. It was like a viral sensation of a game. It was so big, it's almost like people forgot that the NCAA Men's Final Four was happening. But the girls' Final Four was so big. Flage and Angel Reese, since then, have been utilized in all types of commercials and campaigns, right? So we see this representation happening with the ladies because of the viral sensation. But moreover, let's focus specifically on the Dallas Wings. Now, when we say Sabali, for example, she's very vocal about social issues that she care about. She's also like a model and she's very artistic. They call her a unicorn. And then you have Enrique, who has this sense of style and who is cool. It's this certain sense of style is kind of captivating, so to speak. And as a result, she's been featured as one of the characters in the State Farm insurance commercials. Oftentimes we see Chris Paul from the NBA. But now, then we start seeing Jason Tatum or some of Chris Paul's other NBA friends. But then all of a sudden, we start seeing a woman in there, and it's like, oh, who is that? Oh, yes, she's from the WNBA, and not only is she from the WNBA, she's specifically from Dallas, right? So she's blowing up the profile of Dallas. I'm gonna keep it moving. Then when we talk about external things, you start seeing that the Wings start not just tapping into the community in Arlington, but then the greater Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, right? So DFW, right, is the Metroplex. And they started tapping in with key players who can get involved, who have shared values. And that's where they tapped in with who? Yours truly. Yours truly. Yep, yours truly. And as a result, they tapped in with me because I written a song called Wings. I actually released a song last year, but they were like, hey, we want you to come and actually perform the song. Just perform the song during halftime at this specific game. They were going for like a sold out game that night, and they wanted to make sure it was a electric night, and so they needed the song at the halftime performance not just to be They wanted it to be something that could really rev up the Wings fans. So I had an opportunity to come out and sing. I got the wings, it's the wings. I got the wings, yeah, yeah. I got the wings, it's the wings. I got the wings, yeah, yeah. I'm supreme, yeah. That's just how it seems. It's not only me, it's my whole team. You know, we got the wings. Now, if you have not heard about the Wing song, I highly encourage you to go check it out. I'm gonna show you really quick. Let's see if we can show you. Boom, this is what it looks like, right? So there is a halftime show performance that happened. So again, I'm an external factor. I'm not a part of the team. I am, though, an artist and a leader here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I made a song called Wings. I dedicated the song to them. The first round, I dedicated it to a high school team. But the second round, when I said second round, I'm talking about the live arrangement version. I dedicated that to specifically to the Wings. So I performed the live band arrangement man, I'm telling you, it was crazy. I could go on and on talking about that experience. But again, that's an example of them tapping in two people who are external from the team who can kind of champion what they have going on. And I always champion women's sports and women, period, because I feel like we need a little bit more just due after all these years of oppression. Let me keep it moving. Now, I want to talk about how after this point, the Dallas Mavericks gave a sponsorship, a jersey sponsorship to the team. Yeah. So the Dallas Mavericks gave a jersey sponsorship to the team, and that's a first. Most of the time, the WNBA and the NBA are treated pretty separately. But I mean, Mark Cuban was like, not so. Well, they have this program where it's dedicated to the youth, and they give back to the boys who aspiring athletes and girls who are part of that program too. But when you think about it, the girls can't really aspire to be Dallas Mavericks, but they can aspire to be Dallas Wings. So they made sure to do that. I want to show you what that looks like here. So as you can see, obviously they made history here. History is going to continue because they've advanced to the semifinals, and this is the first time since arriving to the DFW that the Wings have advanced to the semifinals. And then I want to show you here, I mean, you got all types of celebrities attending all types of WNBA games, so shout out to the WNBA for putting more press on the ground. But then you have representation, right? You have previous or past legends. You have Dirk Nowitzki there. You got Jason Kidd at the game. And then, you have, let's see, I mean, you got all types of celebrities just pulling up to NBA games. And so I'm just excited about that. But this is the thing right here that stood out to me. And that is this person who says, listen, the WNBA game is on not one, not two, but three main TVs in Applebee's. And that's fire. And no, I did not have to ask them to turn it on. The reason why that is important is because oftentimes when you're trying to watch a WNBA game, you can't find it out on it. So you can't find it out. You got to go ask them to turn it on. Well, this is not the case. What this means is people are starting to normalize seeing women as victors and not victims, in my opinion. That's the importance of seeing women in sports and reveling behind them, because you get to see them apply their minds and their bodies and their skills and their will towards something. And you can say, man, what a victor, what a champion, not a victim. And that's very, very important. And then all of these things that they did, from the external campaigns, the internal efforts, the back office, tapping in with community liaisons, the Dallas Mavericks coming along and sponsoring the jerseys, right? So kind of creating this more official relationship between the Dallas Mavericks and the Dallas Wings. All of these things is momentum, right? And it also feeds back to representation, because the Dallas Mavericks realize, hey, the girls need representation. They need to be able to see something to aspire to. So we do this partnership with the Wings, and then there's this relationship where I'm telling y'all, representation matters. It really, really does. Now, ultimately, when I said they made history because of this was not just clickbait. I told you from the beginning what it was. It was momentum and it was representation. Because ultimately, for me, it wasn't just the one thing. Yes, there are 7 girls who posted double digits like in the playoff game. That's historic. I'm going to show you. I gotta make sure I show you now. You want to know? So you see it right here. The Dallas Wings are the first team in WNBA playoff history to have 7 players score in the double figures. Like, that's kind of a big deal. I mean, most of the time you can't get the guys to have 7 people to score in the double digits. I mean, sometimes it's just like a couple of guys that's really putting it in the buckets. Everybody else is just there. But that's another topic for another time. It's not just that, or it's not just this. It's not just because they went to the semifinals. It's all things combined and considered. Momentum and representation. People are finally, in my opinion, starting to grasp the concept more and more that, man, when it comes to these women's sports, it really matters to put them on. And when you do that, you see things like I showed with Applebee's. You're normalizing people positioning women as victors, watching the game randomly. Like, you normalize celebrating women, and that just does a lot for young girls, more than what your mind probably conceive. And that's not coming from she's super duper feminism and da-da. No, I'm just pro woman because I'm pro people, and I know that it is important. But shout out to the Dallas Wings for, man, piggybacking on all the momentum that was there. History was made because they raised the overall awareness of themselves in the city. Like, from the billboards to the community to the key players to themselves, everything that they were contributing to. I think we talked about Enrique doing 3-pointers, most improved player, all these types of things, all that contributed to making a name for themselves, so much so that they make it to the playoffs and you have legends coming out to the game. You know, Dirk Nowitzki is at the game, Jason Kidd is at the game, and so on and so forth. But it's not just that. It's just because the WNBA is pushing forward as well. And so they're putting the WNBA on the map. But more importantly for me, they put the city on the map. I'm from Dallas, Texas, and I'm extremely proud of them. I believe that they have already made history. Now, I got a question for you. If you've never watched the game, I want to encourage you to tune into the game. And if you've never heard the song, I want to encourage you to listen to the song. I'm going to leave a link in the bio of the description of this video so that you can check it out. And I want you to, all you have to do is drop your email and you're going to get the free download of it. But why do I need the free download when I can go just listen to it on iTunes? Yeah, you can listen to it on there, but you can't save it to make it like a screensaver or use it anywhere other than that. You can't do. So there's a couple things you can't do. So if you want the free stream, I'm giving it away to you right here as a bonus. That's DVD exclusive. But seriously, I have a question. Am I tripping? Is this historical? Even if they don't ever go past the semifinals, like even if they don't go to the finals, even if they don't win the championship, to me, they've already made history. They've done something that I don't think any other iteration of this team, time of this team has done, and that is they put themselves on the map. They put Dallas on the map. Everybody here in the city and around the world knows who they are, from brand deals to actual on the court and off the court efforts. To me, they've already made history. Am I tripping? Am I tripping? Is it? I mean, I'm just saying. Is it true? Have they already made history, or do they need to go ahead and go to the finals for you to say, okay, they made history? Or do they need to win a championship? I want to know. And if you have not watched the game, I encourage you to tune in to another game this season during this playoff time or even next season, because the games really are good. The talent is rising. Things have gotten a lot better. But I want to keep the combo going. If you drop a comment on this video, you essentially are making it very, 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 very easy for you to be a person who's helping raise awareness. And also, I want to tell you, if you have not already liked the video, if you have not already subscribed, and don't forget to drop me your comment. I do still need that. Without further ado, I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.
Listen, ShySpeaks, 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 ShySpeaks.